The new Logos Timeline tool lets you connect the Bible story with significant historical events. In this video, I'll show you how to use the Timeline tool and its filters to pinpoint specific events, then how to identify the rise and fall of major worldviews throughout history. I'll start by opening up the Timeline tool from the Tools menu. Then I'll maximize this window to get the full view. The Timeline tool is great for establishing historical context for biblical events, but it's also useful for tracking down significant world events as well as worldviews. You'll notice that across the top of the resource bar, we have several filters. Given all of the events inside and outside of the Bible, Logos provides these filters so that we can narrow the events that show up on the timeline to view the information that's important to us. Starting on the left, there's a date range box where we can input a specific time period to see only the events that happened during that time. Next, the Fit drop-down menu does the same thing, but it lets me select a predefined period of time. You have the choice of biblical eras, church eras, historical eras, Egyptian eras, and empires. We can select a time period from this list and narrow the events that appear. You can further filter the results that appear on your timeline by subject and by type, or by typing a keyword into the filter box. The keyword filter narrows the timeline events to just the events that have that keyword in their title. One of the nice things about the Timeline tool is that similar events share like vocabulary. So by typing the keyword prophet into the filter box, then selecting the Babylonian captivity period from the Fit dropdown, we can narrow the timeline events to prophetic careers and events during the time of exile. With each major prophetic career, I can click on the event title and see other events that involve this individual, as well as discover links to other helpful resources. But for this example, let's clear all of our filters. Then go to the Fit dropdown and select the Renaissance period. Then go to the Subject dropdown and make sure that all of the subject fields are selected. Finally, move over to the Type filter and notice that there's a type field for worldviews. That's exactly what we want. So let's select this type option and deselect all of the others. Now we can scale out our timeline to see major worldviews from this period forward. Notice the Renaissance started in Italy in the 1300s, then made its way to Europe in the 1400s to 1500s, but was soon met by the Protestant Reformation in 1517. Skipping forward in history, we can see that the First and Second Great Awakenings, along with modernism and humanitarianism, took shape in the 1900s. Then paleopathology started in the 20th century. And it's the Timeline tool that helps us put these pieces together, exposing the rise of both Christian and non-Christian worldviews, and it shows us how they relate to each other. It appears that with the rise of one kind of worldview, whether Christian or non-Christian, there was the rise of the other, representing the struggle between these two diametrically opposed schools of thought. Use this tool to further explore relationships between worldviews and investigate influential figures that move them forward in history. To upgrade to a base package that includes the new Timeline tool, click Get Logos now.